The total population of the world today is about 7.6 billion, out of which about 2 billion have no access to existing banking and financial systems. This results in creating a huge economic disparity. The existing banking system or financial services are incapable of reaching the remote locations due to lack of support infrastructure and various other factors. This increases the dependency of people on informal systems of banking like moneylenders and landlords who often exploit the disadvantaged. This situation has led them to think of a system to get rid of the middlemen and get easier access to funds, and hence they're turning to blockchain economy.
Traditional trade finance is driven by a lot of middlemen and only select financial institutions. It is also highly paper-based, inefficient and time-consuming. It does not reach small businesses, underdeveloped regions or remote areas. Neither does it effectively address the needs of basic infrastructure or creation of means of livelihood.
In a remote corner of India, a community called Irons Foundation is using blockchain to provide equal opportunities to the economically deprived people. They are using TradeFinex platform to solve this issue.
What we noticed in the remote rural areas is a very weak presence of the traditional banking channels. Therefore, people were depending on informal channels for financing. That's when we decided to explore blockchain technology, especially the TradeFinex platform created by XinFin for solving these problems. The best part which we liked about this platform is that the beneficiary could create a project and invite bids from suppliers for their requirements. Plus, they could also seek financing all on the same platform. This makes them totally self-reliant and not depending on others' informal channels for their financing.
TradeFinex is a platform powered by XinFin's XDC protocol. It is developed for peer-to-peer transactions between financiers, suppliers, and beneficiaries, where beneficiaries can host a project or seek financing from financiers registered on the platform.
This is a new form of alternate financing. It's raising finance without borders. It's financing without borders. Anyone, literally anyone can do it. As long as your project is real, you have a good team and you have a clear plan of execution, you can raise money from literally any corners of the world. It could be a startup or it could be a corporate or an enterprise or even a country trying to raise funding for your infrastructure project. That is why XinFin, we designed a new platform called TradeFinex.
Irons Foundation then understood needs of villagers and created various projects on TradeFinex platform. They first created a project for women empowerment. This would help some villagers in creating means of livelihood for themselves. Another project was created to supply computers for a municipal school so they can provide computer education to the rural children. The local governing body stepped in to create an infrastructure project to enable them to reach out to villagers in more efficient way. Various suppliers were then contacted on the platform to bid for various projects, which helped beneficiaries in getting a competitive pricing. Then they listed the villagers as beneficiaries and also educated them on how to use the system.
The most critical part was to educate the beneficiaries on how to use this platform. Once they got familiar with the whole process, we guided them to create their very first project and make sure that they're very self-reliant and they can create similar projects in the future.
This peer-to-peer transaction system gets rid of any middlemen otherwise involved in such projects and directly benefits the beneficiary as well as the financier. They then help the villagers in procuring sewing machines and computers from respective suppliers.
ಮನೇಲಿ ಹೀಗೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಳಿಸೋ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಒಂದು ಜಾಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ಮಿಷನ್ ಮೂಲಿಗೆ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ನಾನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಈಗ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನೀಗ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜನರದ್ದು ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೊಲ್ದು ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಅವರು ಹಣ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಶಾಲೆಗೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಯಿತು. ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ. ನಂಗೆ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಹಣ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕಿತ್ತು ಖರ್ಚಿಗೆಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಬಟ್ಟೆಯಿಂದ ಹೊಲ್ದೆ.
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಶಾಲೆಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಕಾಳಜಿನ ವಹಿಸಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟದ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವನ್ನು ನೀಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶ್ರಮಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯಗಳು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟ್ರನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಇತರ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯಗಳ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳೋದಿದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಈಗ ಅಗತ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ 4 ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಖಂಡಿತ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಈ ಹಿಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳು.
This gave the villagers a new life who otherwise had lost all hope. Similar kind of projects are successfully also being executed across various developing nations throughout the world.
In Brazil, most of the business is made by small and micro business, but they are really struggle because of the high interest rate that is near 70% per year. So it's kind of complicated to be financed by a traditional bank. In this way, TradeFinex can help. First, the credit is going to be cheaper than traditional bank, and second, the financiers will give the right attention to the project.
In many countries, especially developing countries, many people don't have access to banking. They can only access funds through shadow banking or the black market and at exploitive rates. Without access to finance to buy equipment, supplies and provide much needed cash flow, businesses can only operate at a subsistence level. They can't grow. They can't support themselves, their families or their communities. TradeFinex, by providing access to finance and doing so with transparency, will help provide more and more opportunities for people to build sustainable business.
So TradeFinex offers an incredible opportunity. A better way of life for remote villages, for struggling economies in remote parts of the world. Apply for a bank loan or an investment is an incredible process in remote parts of the world, especially if you're looking to get funding for an international project, a cross-border project. And so that's where TradeFinex can come in. With TradeFinex, you don't have those same interest rates. You don't have those same type of fees. You have instant settlement, and that's the power of a tokenized source of payment, the XDC protocol. And there's a lot of convenience with that. On TradeFinex, you don't have all those middle steps that accrue all these massive fees.
TradeFinex offers a solution for the current financing needs. How does it do that? Simply, they reduce costs of the financing of these projects by using fewer intermediaries. I also like TradeFinex because it's decentralized. It's a peer-to-peer platform that brings together governments, institutions, buyers and sellers all on a level playing field. My vote's with TradeFinex.
TradeFinex is opening up consortium membership for institutions and regulators. The TradeFinex sandbox, as we call it, can support any project of any size and anywhere in the world. We are happy to invite you to join this revolution with us.